High Court expected to rule on EC APC case on Friday, 4th November.
Parliament approves $6 million loan for ECG.
Hello, good evening. Welcome to News Hour on GBC24 and GTV. My name is Shirley Annan.
And my name is Evans Achampon. Now to start our story, Radio Ghana report says an Accra High Court presided over by Mr. Justice Eric Cheibafo has ordered the disqualified flag bearer of the NDP, Nana Konedu Agyemang Rawlings, and the Electoral Commission to file their written submissions by Thursday and return to the court on Friday to give oral submissions. Nana Konedu Agyemang Rawlings is challenging her disqualification by the Electoral Commission and wants the court to quash the decision. Meanwhile, the suit also challenging the disqualification of Dr. Edward Mahama as presidential candidate of the PNC has also been adjourned to Friday, the 4th of this month. Lawyer for the PNC, Justice Srem Sai, pleaded with the court for an abridgment on time. The judge, Mr. Justice Novisi Afua Aine, has accordingly ordered him to file the processes within 48 hours.
Still on politics, an Accra High Court is expected to give ruling on Friday in the suit seeking to quash the disqualification of Hassan Ayariga from the presidential race. Lawyers for the Electoral Commission and Mr. Ayariga made oral submissions before the court, presided by Madam Barbara Tete Shawe, after which the date was set for the ruling. Counsel for the All People's Congress, Maxwell Logan, accused the EC of deliberately disqualifying the party's flag bearer. Mr. Logan claimed that the EC allowed Mr. Ayariga to correct some errors on his nomination forms, but failed to give him the same opportunity to rectify those the commission used to disqualify him. The lawyer further argued that the EC should have announced the disqualification 7 days after close of the nomination day, which was the 10th of October. Instead, the EC made the announcement just 3 hours after the submission of the nomination forms. The lawyer for the EC, Thaddeus Sori, disagreed with Mr. Logan's submission and submitted that the nomination period ended on the 30th of September and the announcement was made on the 10th of October.
The flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party, Nana Akufo-Addo, has promised to clear all arrears owed local road contractors within 6 months if he is given the mandate come December 7. He said arrears owed local contractors are a disincentive to business. Nana Akufo-Addo gave the assurance when he interacted with leadership and members of the Trades Union Congress and Association of Road Contractors, Ghana, in Accra.
Nana Akufo-Addo and his campaign team first paid a courtesy call on the Trades Union Congress. The visit underpins the importance the MPP attaches to the umbrella body of workers. It is made of 18 affiliated national unions and has a membership of over 500,000, and the MPP believes that Ghana's onward movement is largely dependent upon human capital base like the TUC. The Secretary General of the TUC, Dr. Yaoban, mentioned some concerns they want the flag bearer to tackle if voted into power. These include high interest rate, inflation, exchange rate, budget deficit, and unemployment, adding that these things serve as a hindrance to the development of the country.
The effects of free trade, almost everything under the sun is being allowed to come to this country. Our jobs are being taken away to China. And we are interested in knowing what MPP government will do about this to protect the jobs for Ghanaians.
Nana Akufo-Addo took a number of questions from the leadership and members of the TUC, including high duties on raw materials imported into the country.
It cannot be business as usual. We cannot continue down the path of incremental changes in what we're trying to do, because they will not address the problems of our country. We need to make that systematic, focused effort to restructure the Ghanaian economy, to take it out of being a raw material producing economy to an economy that is based on value addition, on industrial activity, on wealth creation. We have to make that systematic effort to achieve these goals, because if we don't, we will continue to languish in the circumstances in which we do today.
The MPP gave the TUC some copies of the MPP manifesto. Nana Akufo-Addo and his team later interacted with the Association of Road Contractors Ghana. Nana Akufo-Addo promised that his government will ensure that road contract will be awarded to Ghanaian contractors.
We're saying that all contracts awarded to foreign contractors, by legislation, we're going to insist that 20% of them are subcontracted to local contractors. We're not asking, we're not borrowing from other people, or grant monies. Ghana government-funded contracts are going to go to Ghanaian companies. And if it turns out that the particular contract involved, there may not be a Ghanaian company with capacity to it, that we have to look for foreign interest to do, we're going to insist on joint venture arrangements between that foreign company and Ghanaian companies.
According to Nana Addo, an MPP government will put premium on the development of the railway sector.
Already there's an important manifesto commitment that we intend to leverage some of our oil revenues to expedite the construction of both the Western and Eastern Corridor rails. But it is so fundamental for the future of our country that we do it. There can be no turning back on it.
Also high on the MPP's move to make the work of road contractors flexible and convenient is the decentralization of the payment of monies due members of the Association of Road Contractors.
The Electoral Commission has given an assurance that every qualified voter who visits the polling station on December 7 will be allowed to cast his or her ballot, whether or not the biometric verification device is able to identify that person. According to the EC, voting in a public election is a constitutional right bestowed on every eligible citizen, for which a malfunctioning biometric verification machine cannot be a reason to take away this right. A deputy commissioner of the EC in charge of operations, Alhaji Amadou Sule, gave the assurance in a dialogue with the media in Kumasi.
The EC Media Dialogue is an initiative of the Media Foundation for West Africa, a media and freedom of expression-oriented non-governmental organizations with funding by the Ford Foundation. The event brought together members of the EC and media practitioners to discuss processes and interventions being put in place to ensure that the outcome of this year's presidential and parliamentary elections are peaceful, credible, and acceptable to all. Present at the interactive forum were 4 out of the 7 members of the EC, with a heavy participation by media practitioners. The immediate past executive director of the Media Foundation for West Africa, Professor Kwame Karikari, said the media has done very well by avoiding issues that would divide the country along tribal and religious lines. He said the media must not allow, especially politicians, to make just any claims on their networks without probing those claims.
What is not acceptable is for any media at all, whether set up for propaganda or set up for journalistic purposes, to peddle lies, to go against your own ethical norms.
A deputy chairman of the EC in charge of operations, Alhaji Amadou Sule, emphasized that in conducting this year's presidential and parliamentary elections, the EC will do its best to conduct elections in a free and fair manner.
We try as much as possible to be very transparent, that is to try to throw light on what we are doing and how we are doing them. And then we also try to lean on the legal framework. It's very important, that whatever you are doing as an EMB, election management body, you don't use your discretion. If you use your discretion, then you are bound to face some challenges.
Touching on voting on the D-Day, Alhaji Sule said the 29,000 polling stations in the country will have 2 of the biometric verification devices with additional backups to counter any eventualities. Thus, he noted, is one of the measures adopted to ensure that no eligible voter is denied his or her voting right on the mere excuse of a faulty machine to verify him or her. The Deputy Chairperson of the EC in charge of corporate services, Madame Georgino Pokwa-Mankwa, warned media houses with a penchant of calling or declaring election results to stop the practice, since it does not only pose security challenges but also illegal.
Now, cartoon appeals to both children and the elderly because of its comic nature, and to some cartoonists in Ghana, the best way to promote violence-free elections is to come out with a book conveying the message of peace to Ghanaians. The book highlights some general concerns of the Ghanaian voter from the point of view of the cartoonists.
Though Ghana has been a bastion of peace in West Africa, the importance of peace is stressed the more before, during and after every elections. The campaign for peace comes in different forms, with both the electronic and print media leading the crusade to educate the electorate about the woes of countries that decided to use violence to settle their differences instead of dialogue. This time around, as Ghana prepares for the polls come December 7, the Frederick Ebert Stiff Tank Foundation, in collaboration with Cartoonist Alliance Ghana, has launched a book which seeks to promote violence-free elections through political cartoons. The book looks at 5 areas, which includes exposing electoral malpractices, political parties' manifestos, curbing electoral-related violence, credible voters register and transparent EC, and facilitating better voter relationship. All these are captured in cartoons.
Political cartoons remain a very powerful journalistic tool that gets attention. It says it as it is, and it always leaves a memorable impact on the reader.
The immediate past presiding bishop of the Methodist Church of Ghana, Reverend Emmanuel Asante, said promoting peace before, during and after elections is a collective responsibility.
The Cartoonist Alliance in Ghana has a big role to play in ensuring that people really have access, because cartoonists help us to confront the realities that sometimes we want to give the impression is not there. Anytime we canvass peace, there are people who are saying, oh, these people are simply creating problems where there is no problem. But sometimes we are not being realistic. Sometimes we're not being realistic, because, I mean, if you look at the cartoons that they have drawn, it's a reflection of truly what is happening in this country.
The president of the Ghana Journalists Association, Mr. Alfeo Money, said peace should be evident in the roundup to elections.
One vehicle with which the media can silence their critics is the cartoon project which we've just seen. This is a time for us to lend our fullest support to ensure that this project makes the greatest impact on not only the voters, but the generality of Ghanaians. And for us to do it meaningfully, we need, as media practitioners, to internalize the messages in the cartoon and to reflect them, whatever we say, whatever we do, and whatever we write.
The concept of using cartoons to promote peace during and after December elections is to bring some form of comic in the electoral process. Beatrice Senaju, GBC24, Accra.
The Ghana National Household Registry says data collection for Upper West Region will be completed and ready for use in this month. Over 80,000 households out of the expected 130,000 households have so far been captured.
The Ghana National Household Registry data collection exercise was launched in the Upper West Region in August this year. It seeks to develop a single household register that will identify all poor and vulnerable households in the country. This will provide government and development partners the needed data for proper social interventions. The exercise was suspended some weeks ago due to technical challenges. Those challenges have been addressed and registration has resumed. The national coordinator of the Ghana Social Opportunity Project, Mr. Robert Austin, was therefore in the region to monitor the progress of the exercise and also solicit for more support from chiefs for successful execution of the exercise. Briefing the regional minister, Alhaji Amidu Suleimani, the national coordinator, Mr. Austin, said data collection for Upper West will be ready in September.
If you go to the 2010 census, the number of households in Upper West is 110 households. Of course, with population growth, you are expecting some increase in that. And so we are thinking we have some 50,000 households more to cover.
The regional minister, Alhaji Amidu Suleimani, expressed delight for being the first region to use data from the GNHR in the country.
The initial fears we all had that this was an election year, the period was going to be electioneering, and we didn't want this data collection to be mixed up with our politics. Fortunately, everybody has been so professional, what I've got on the ground, that they just go and it's this professional job they are doing, collecting data, and people are cooperating.
With this development, government is better placed to channel resources to people who actually need social interventions.
The Dunkwa Hini Nana Obin Nyakun and the Kronti Hini of Dentra Odiamono in Tree Berima have both emphasized the need for puberty rights to be reinforced as a means to control teenage pregnancy in the country. The two traditional leaders were speaking at the annual Bragro Festival celebrated by the people of Dunkwa in the central region.
Dunkwa Onofeng is a farming community in the central region with a population of over 33,000 people. Dunkwa is one of the communities that has a high record of teenage pregnancy, hence the adoption of Bragro. According to the Konte Hene of Dentra, Odiamono Entry Berima, their forefathers initiated the festival as a rite passage from teenage to adulthood.
Na obia so no ho abusua ni so no ho maame ne papa so no ho maame ne papa me ni ko ye ba no ho ni ehwe hu se ye ba na da ansa na wo mada se ne wo wa fo de bre ye nyina ye fie bi wo ho maame ne bada.
Some of the girls who have gone through Bragro shared their experience, while the Queen Mother of Dentra, Akobeting Nana Abina Bwedua, also threw more light on Bragro.
Bragro, Nanso Dentra for money, and no mamma, National Club for so dear, or mamma, no mamma. If you say, one more dear, no, one dear Moasia, as in Sam Palanim. Yadiana Yanisa, Yan Famas Yanson's own, Titiwana, near Chexer or Massy, Yadantuma Frau or Massy, Nanufuano, and I issue. Nan Sisia, modern Ghana, a crowd win and Fusra, or so on yet, until I actually woman Fusu.
Some major programs earmarked for this year's Bragro include medical screening, blood donation, talent shows, football match, maths and science quiz, and a symposium on the theme Developing the Nation Through Good Leadership. The Grand Derby of Bragro was also used to celebrate 10 years of installing the Dunkwahine Nana Obin Nyakon.
Sese ya batuaba amanyo samuno a yedi aya atenie no mempa bi wo kroimu sa wo ye omanyoni na sa wo se wonni memra so na sɛ obedi di nkɔfo atem na sɛ obi timi chew ana obi timi atwe okasa no egu ahoma so no wode bremia memfa ho nche okra.
The chiefs and elders of Dunkwa said Brago has come to stay and all should support it.
A breather at this juncture and return shortly with some business news. Stay. Thanks.
Tomorrow, bet your bottom dollar that I have a great future. There'll be sun. Tomorrow, I love you. Tomorrow, you're always a day away.
Education is everything. NDC is investing in our future. Vote John Mahama. Vote NDC.
NDC. Changing lives. Transforming Ghana.
You're always a day.
Hello again, time to talk business. My name is Maurice Ogbete. Now, the ECG is currently saddled with operational inefficiencies as a result of commercial losses. To cushion them, members of parliament have approved an additional financing agreement between government and the International Development Association, a wing of the World Bank, for $60 million. The project, captioned Ghana Energy Development and Access Project, is also expected to help increase access to electricity.
The additional financing will complement ECG's program for improved revenue collection, a bulk metering program, and its financial performance. ECG, which is currently facing financial constraints, will be able to better meet its payment obligations to power generating companies. Members of the House also approved an on-lending agreement between government and ECG equivalent to $60 million for the Ghana Energy Development and Access Project, GDAP.
For those state-owned enterprises who can repay their debt, but at the moment have problems with their balance sheet, government will do that for them, ensure that there's an escrow account, that there's a water cash management that ensures that funds go into the escrow accounts to service the debt in order to take that burden off government.
If ECG is allowed to go commercial, definitely it will be able to run on its own. But we know that if ECG is allowed to go commercial, the system itself will break down. And so we are still moving slowly towards the removal of subsidies.
The minority side of the House were of the view that when all the debtors of ECG pay, it will be in a better position to facilitate the financial agreement on their own instead of government.
Somebody must look at the on-lending agreement again. When you say ECG, they are broke. Please, go and read the World Bank report. 4.6 billion minimum. Right now, there is no official plan to pay except the little money in the SLAC. That is not enough. If you are taking this amount to deal with the challenges confronting the industry, we should be able to tell ourselves how much it is going to bring down the technical losses, at least a reasonable projection.
The country's lawmaking body also discussed the National Youth Scheme Bill 2016, which is currently at the consideration stage. For GBC24, Celebewa reporting.
And still in business, the Ghana Investment Promotion Center has organized an outreach program in Koforidua in the Eastern region. The program seeks to identify specific investment opportunities for promotion in the region and encourage local companies to register with the center. The GIPC's goal is to encourage and promote investment through the creation of an attractive framework for investment in the country. The regional outreach program is meant to identify specific investment opportunities for promotion in the Eastern region. It brought together about 60 participants, including economists, planners, entrepreneurs, municipal and district chief executives, directors, and the media, who deliberated on how to attract investors into the region. The head of research and business development at GIPC, Dr. Richard Ejay, indicated that among the functions of the GIPC is to initiate and support measures that will enhance the investment climate in Ghana for both Ghanaian and non-Ghanaian enterprises.
The promotion center exists to do just promotion of all businesses in Ghana. All businesses include Ghanaian businesses, micro, small, medium scale. When foreigners want to invest in Ghana, we provide the hand-holding, which is similarly extended to the Ghanaian companies.
The New Joabin Municipal Chief Executive, Mr. Kwabena Ochre Kusi, said government takes keen interest in the performance of SMEs in the country as they play an important role in the country's economy, accounting for about 90% of all businesses.
Due to the strategic location of the region in terms of its proximity to the national capital, coupled with the growing investor confidence in the Ghanaian economy, there is increasing renewed private sector activity which attracts investment in a growing number of strategic areas in the region.
The Kronte Hene of New Joabin traditional area, Bafo Nyantechi Tutu Boatin, said there is too much of human interface in the registration process of businesses at the Registrar General's Department and called for a switch to the use of technology.
We go to the interbank market where the cedi maintained its value, trading at 4 cedis 82 pesos against the pound sterling and 3 cedis 96 pesos against the dollar. The euro is going for 4 cedis 33 pesos on the interbank market. On the international commodities market, light crude is trading at $47 per barrel, while cocoa is selling at $2,739 per ton. Gold is also going for $1,279 an ounce. With the insurance news brought to you by SIC Live. Now, the National Insurance Commission Task Force has embarked on an exercise to ensure that private commercial buildings comply with the Voluntary Fire Insurance Act. At Cape Coast in the Central Region, 8 out of the about 11 private commercial buildings inspected were found not to have been insured.
The commercial buildings found not to have complied with the Fire Insurance Act include this clinic at Ebura, Cape Coast FM, Hacienda Hotel, Capitol Hill Hotel, Bading Charter Hospital, and Montessori International School. Those found to have complied include the Samrit Hotel at Pedu and Jangles Hotel. Infantiman Institute of Technology was spared because the registrar explained the school had not started. According to the chairman of the task force, Joseph Bento, the commission has for the past 3 months sent reminders to such facilities to ensure their buildings against fire. Out of the 61 buildings identified not to have insured their facilities in their earlier visit, only 20 complied subsequently. Interestingly, in an hour after the operations, the team was informed by the police that those picked up had gone to insure their buildings. Mr. Bento spoke with the media after the exercise.
If they don't comply,
those who have picked to the police will have to give their statements, and we require that within the next 48 hours they comply. Otherwise, they will have to go to court to explain.
Insurance News was brought to you by SIC Live. News hour continues right after this break. Stay with us.
This election, this year 2016, it's about competency. It is about leadership. It has to do with the economy. It has to do with our finances as a nation. So which leader can bring together the people, can find the money, can find the support, can bring everybody together to work as a team so that we can bring about change that we need. So it's about choices. That is what this 2016 election is all about.
Does your bank work for you? So which one is your bank?
NIB, we always put you first. Serve you better.
At NIB, it is our business to give your hard-earned money and effort the needed push for better growth. Small or big business, take the step. Tell us about your dreams. Our team of professionals will nurture your investments as if they were their very own. At NIB, we pride ourselves with what you get out of us, not what we get out of you. Save with NIB Trust.
Tomatoes on the 5 cities. Tomatoes on the 5 cities. Kaya was ya. Tomatoes on the 5 cities. No one let me have you now. So you won't be doing. You're going to be
Oh, I'm playing John Dramani Mahama. No signing too many binny. Where's the ultra modern market or the Amahan? You go for your skill, Granny. Fire service woman. Bibia woman, hospital woman. Bibia woman. Hey, why a stadium, Akayano? And then wait, how where am I now? Street bit more than the hour. I asked for it. And saying Yalunia, I am paying a yabat. Oh, my paying Mahama. Yes, you go. I am a hen and ever kind there.
People love men and welcome from BGO to BG, NDC, Charlie.
You're welcome back. It's the health segment brought to you by FPAC. President Mahama has assured management of the Accra Psychiatric Hospital that immediate steps will be taken to resolve the challenges facing the hospital. The president said this in an interview with GBC's Sunrise Radio in Koforidua in the Eastern Region. Staff of the Accra Psychiatric Hospital have laid down their tools over inability of the Ministry of Health to provide them with basic logistics to work with.
Healthcare delivery had ground to a halt at the time the news team visited the hospital. There were no nurses and patients at the outpatients department. The striking nurses, numbering over 190, account for about 70% of the workforce at the hospital as they perform a greater part of the work. Their daily routine includes personal care and hygiene and feeding of the about 800 patients. The principal human resource manager of the Accra Psychiatric Hospital, Mr. David Salifu, said that due to the shortage of essential medications required for psychiatric management, most patients have relapsed and many of them demonstrate serious aggressive behaviors towards the staff and other patients. He said the nurses had to resort to this decision for their safety.
We don't have medications, and that is true. There's no food to feed the patients. That is equally true. In fact, we just met a doctor. He had even written prescriptions for some of the patients. And the patient had to take an injection. He asked whether they had given the man the injection. And the man said no, because there was nobody to give an injection. Fortunately, he turned to the left and saw a nurse. She was in mufti. She held her. I like the way he tried to convince the lady to go and give the patient the injection. And I believe, but as we speak now, the man has been given that injection. huge difficulties. This is a classic example. If he hadn't seen the nurse, maybe it meant he would have given the injection himself. But is it his responsibility to give injections?
He pleaded with the authorities to act promptly to make the place safe for healthcare delivery.
And still in the segment, 9-month-old Needy Glory, thank God, is suffering from brain tumor and urgently requires an amount of 28,000 Ghana cedis to undergo surgery in India.
5 months after birth, Needy Glory, thank God, was diagnosed with a brain tumor. Doctors say Needy Glory needs to undergo 2 different corrective surgery. Kekeli Foundation has foot the bills for one of the surgeries at the 37 Military Hospital. However, Needy Glory still needs an amount of 28,000 cedis to undergo a complete surgery in India. According to her mother, Nisa Moro, who deals in second-hand clothing, her daughter suffers seizures. She's unable to sit, crawl and eat. She therefore eats through a syringe connected through her nose. Nisa appeals for support.
Please help me to see whether this girl will come normal. Indian people say they will do her to come normal back.
Anyone who wishes to support her should send all donations through Kekeli Foundation, Ghana Stanbic Bank, Whole Branch, account number 014 001 740 3001, or call Brantford Tay and Carry on 0203 002 731 or 0206 112 747.
Hello, good evening, an update from happenings in the world of sports. I'm Theophilus Sampa. A special 2016 peaceful election knockout football gala competition is underway at the La Salem Park in Accra. The 2-month-long competition will end on the 4th of December this year. The Magdan Peace Tournament is a competition organized to promote peace through football within the La community and its environs ahead of the December 7 elections. 8 teams within the La, Teshi, Nungwa and Osu townships are participating in the competition. 5 teams from La, namely La Court Stars, Salem Stars, Aviation Stars, Gomni Stars and Kakramadu Stars, with a team each from Teshi, Nungwa and Osu, are battling for honors. In the opening match, Nungwa Stars in the blue jersey faced Kakramadu Stars. The action-packed encounter saw the lads in the red jersey probing for the opener. Some resolute defending and good goalkeeping artistry prevented them, but they finally got the deserving goal through a sport kick. There was a recital on peace.
The future of the country and the youth is our concern. Say no to violence. Say yes to peace. Let us all think peace, speak peace, and pursue peace as we approach the elections and beyond.
Interacting with pressmen, the organizer, who doubles as the CEO of Magdan Group of Companies, Mr. Daniel Macaulay, said peace is essential to development.
Honestly, we don't want to play this match on grass. We decide to play it in our home. You understand? This is where we were born and bred. I spent years of my life playing football here. I stayed here. I was born and bred from La. So I believe that I have to relate and associate to my people for them to know that we are equal. So I've gotten the privilege to travel to Luanda, Liberia, Sierra Leone, many other, even Ivory Coast. I mean, it's a pity that through election you can see a young man dying. It's a sad thing to say, but we don't want that here. That is why I am promoting this peace match for my people to know that the future is for the youth. It is our future. We have to hold a mantle into the future.
Winners of the tournament will receive $1,000 and a trophy, with the second place team taking home $500. There will also be a reward for the best player and goalkeeper. Ex-Black Stars player Like Kingston says the Black Stars have the quality that can beat the Pharaohs of Egypt at their backyard. The Black Stars traveled to Egypt for the 2018 FIFA World Cup qualifier. The match has been fixed for November 13 in Alexandria.
Corner kick ticket pumped away. An opportunity now. Cleared off the line.
The Black Stars will play as guests to the Egyptians, who will be looking forward to avenge a 6-1 defeat in the hands of Ghana in the 2014 World Cup qualifiers. Despite losing one of their most influential players, Mahmoud Karaba, due to injury, the Pharaohs are confident that they will triumph over Ghana on the 13th of November. A former player of the Stars, Lai Kinson, is confident the Stars will pick up from where they left off.
They have what it takes to beat them, because the same set of players that they have played most of the games and they've had results. You know, Ghana, all the time, beginning is always difficult, but as the games progresses, you know, we always come up and then qualify. So I don't think it's a problem for the team. At the moment they are having problems, so definitely I know they can turn things around. Ghanaians, we love attractive football and we love to win. We don't like defeat. So I think with those things, when they try to achieve those things, I think the fans will, because in Ghana we all know that we are a football nation. Everybody, every corner, they love football. So when they start winning games and start to play attractive football, I think the fans will start to come.
The Stars clash against the Pharaohs in the second group game of the 2018 World Cup qualifiers. Ghana currently occupies the second position in Group E, with a point following a draw in their opening group game with the Cranes of Uganda. The Black Stars risk being kicked out of the World Cup in their fourth attempt should they fall to Egypt in Alexandria on the 13th of November, as the Pharaohs won their first game over Congo.
General Salute struggled off competition from 13 other horses, including Mr. K, as well as two-time Gold Cup winner Sly Mongoose, to win the first Vanguard Assurance Challenge Cup. He took home a trophy, a cash prize of 200 cedis, and souvenirs from sponsors.
The competition, which attracted one of the largest crowds ever recorded this year, saw General Salute once again confirm his impeccable form against Mr. K and Sly Mongoose, as he finished in an impressive average time of 2:16 seconds over a distance of 8 furlongs. This is approximately 1,600 meter race. For finishing second and third, jockey Isaka Gariba and Joseph Lamte received a cash prize of 150 Ghana cedis and 100 Ghana cedis, together with souvenirs from sponsors. General Salute picked the ultimate, the Vanguard Assurance Challenge Cup.
The victorious national weightlifting team, the Black Cranes, are back home. The three-man team won 2 gold medals, a silver and a bronze medal during the International Weightlifting Federation Championship and the Commonwealth Junior and Senior Weightlifting Championships in Malaysia. Was met at the Kotoka International Airport by the Minister for Youth and Sport, Nilante van der Poy, and the Deputy Director General of the National Sports Authority in charge of technical, Saka Kwei. Christian Amoa and Forrester say both won gold, while Richmond Osafo picked a silver and a bronze medal. The Youth and Sports Minister Nilante van der Poy was grateful.
The Weightlifting Federation did not get a peswa from the ministry, but they were able to make it. We told them we did not have money, and as such, if they could find money from somewhere to go, we'll be happy. And they've done that, and it's commendable. Now that they've achieved this feat, the little we can also do to motivate them and to show our gratitude for what they have done, we shall also do it.
The president of the Ghana Weightlifting Federation, Benunu Mensah, says with the needed support, the sport will win more medals for the country.
We'll keep working hard.
even though, as Minister said, finances are a bit tough here. Would I wish we took a lot more lifters than we did. Initially, we wanted to take 6 lifters, but it was a bit difficult because of funding issues. But let's all pray. Let's all keep working hard. And I'm sure that once we're able to address our funding challenges as a nation, these laurels or these honors will be coming to the country in droves.
Without financial support from institutions like Trillium Industries, Star Assurance, McDonald Group, TT Brothers, and ASA Savings and Loans, the team could not have made the trip. That's all for sports. Entertainment is next.
On our platform today, we bring you a word of peace from some Ghanaian celebrities ahead of the December polls.
Peace. Peace is like a flower. It's a journey, not a destination.
It was not given to us on a silver platter.
Elections are about choice.
I've been affected by war. It's not pretty.
Let's make love, not war.
If we do not have peace, how can our country progress?
How can we have peace? Not by talking about it, but by acting for peace.
Let there be peace in our country.
Give peace a chance.
Hip Life is peace.
For the sake of these kids of ours,
let's live for peace.
Let's choose peace.
There is energy in peace.
We need to defend it.
Nourish it, and it will flourish. And I stand for peace.
And I'm a warrior for peace.
Peace is Hip Life.
Peace is something that was given to us.
Posterity will not forgive us if we don't uphold the peace that our forefathers have left us.
We are the future.
Peace is something we don't appreciate till it's gone.
Peace is a human right. With no peace, there is no Ghana.
There is no winner if we don't have peace.
Square goal for peace.
Peace should have everyone's vote.
For love of Ghana, I pray and work for peace.
Now the video you just saw seems flawless with a touch of editing and all, but hold on a second before you give up after several attempts at a venture. Up next are excerpts from behind the scenes of the peace message.
From the bottomless pit, but my hand was made strong by the power of the Almighty.
What's up?
It's Anas Arimiao Anas. I'm a reporter. Do I have to say what I am?
No.
My name is Charles Archbishop. Good. One testing mic. Oh, sorry.
I have to breastfeed him. Otherwise he won't stop.
Peace is the most precious. Oh, Pambaclad.
Tried 2005.
Peace, a flower. What's wrong with me?
And one will say, my name is Yvonne Okoro, I stand for peace. The other one said,
like red.
No.
Okay, so I'm supposed to do this one too. Not sure, it's criminal.
I do that, right?
This is me, my natural state.
Many thanks for watching.
Have a good evening.